Good morning, everyone. My name is Paul. I'm an academic researcher and I'm a consultant. I've been carrying out research for a long time. Now, in this video, I would want to introduce to you the concepts that would be useful to you in research. For example, I would say, what is research? Research, in an academic context, refers to the process of you going out on a fact-finding mission to solve problems in the society. What would happen and what steps would you take to go and carry out research within the field of your choice? There are very many topics you'd start from, and these topics are chosen according to the problems you're facing in the society. Basically, you need a topic that integrates variables. We have dependent and independent variable. Yes, so basically these two variables are moderated by a moderating variable that affects the two relationships between the variables. At master's or undergraduate research, various structures come up in how you should write your research. For example, a common structure would be you come up with you identify a problem in the society, and then from this problem you identify you come up with a conceptual framework. The conceptual framework, like I've said, integrates or gives us the relationship between the variables, that is the dependent variable and the independent variable. And then from that problem, you would give us a justification that is going to make you arrive to your topic or the main objective, because at the end of your problem statement, you need to tell us or to justify why your research is important, and that will give us the topic to study about. On many occasions, we could say topics can be derived from the problem in society. For example, the effect of COVID-19 on the welfare of people in Uganda, since I'm based in Uganda, and we could use a case study of maybe Kampala metropolitan area. Basically, this study would be analyzing or examining the welfare. So you have to describe what constructs of welfare have been affected by the coming of COVID. Yes, so COVID-19 has affected the welfare of people and all that. So basically, if you're writing all this, you need a background to the study. Like I've said, you need to come up with a problem statement. You need to come up with the objectives, and these objectives include the main objective and the specific objectives. Then from there, we can come up with the research questions, and these research questions can also arrive other things like the hypothesis to a study, which is statements that should be validated to give us either it is an alternative hypothesis that should be accepted or the null hypothesis, depending on the data that is later at a later stage. And then we have other sections like the scope of the study. This include the parameters, where we have the geographical parameter, and then the content, and then the time. So basically, you want to tell us which geographical area, like the case study, is your study looking at, or where the problem is focused. For example, if it's land grabbing and you want to tell us that your case study will be Kasokoso or Nansana, then basically your case study must tell us which wards, all parishes in that area it is covering, and then the location of this area. And then time scope is two or twice. It could be, it's twofold. It could be in terms of the time you're going to take to carry out this study, that is a time frame. And then we could also look at the literature. Which literature are you going to survey in carrying out your study? In addition, we can look at the content scope, which is your topic, and the specific objectives. This means where your focus is going to be limited, or it will be limited to. So therefore, at the end of all this, we must be able to get the purpose of your study through the significance. How is your study going to help us? It could help further scholars. It would help maybe the other stakeholders, depending on your topic. Like the topic I've been talking about, which is the effect of COVID-19 on the welfare of the people. It would help the Ministry of Health. It would help families to see how they can cope up with welfare and come up with interventions, basically to solve challenges that will have been brought about by COVID-19. In addition, we could talk about even World Health Organization, because it has been at the forefront of fighting COVID-19, and hence this would form policy. Yes, this could be an introduction. I'm going to come up with various episodes of how we could talk about research. We could discuss. Feel free to inbox me. feel free to ask me anything about academic research. Thank you.